Come and have a drink with Rothko. Try the Iceberry Ale. It's delicious. I love this place. Back at the keep, I'm always being pulled in a dozen directions. Fighting over here, debating over there, gives me a headache. But here, I can just eat and drink until I pass out. What are you implying? That Kurog needs protection? Ha! Iceheart wasn't the first to challenge me, and he won't be the last. Let my enemies come. They'll wind up dead and bloody at my feet. That's what royal servants are for, to clean up the mess. It's a good thing I like you, because the last person who asked me these sorts of questions had the curiosity beaten out of him. But I don't want to fight with you. That's not why I called you here. Are you ready to listen? We opened Orsinium to the best and brightest. Crafters, farmers, scholars, anyone who can help bring my vision to life. I leave the details to my wives and mother. But you attracted my attention. Which brings us to the big question. You helped Chief Bosrog. You fought at my side as we defeated Iceheart and his Winterborn warriors. In short, you impress me. People who impress me either turn out to be a help or a hindrance to my plans. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me speak plainly. You could pose a threat to me, but I prefer to consider you an ally. Share a few drinks, like we're doing now. I could use someone like you. Someone to deal with problems that require a more personal touch. Clan chief problems. There are still stubborn chiefs out there who don't agree with my vision, who don't want to see our people united. They're stuck in the old ways, ways that have failed our people time and time again. It's time to change that. You made an impression on Bosrog. Whether he likes it or not, he owes you for helping the clans. The other chiefs respect Bosrog. We can use this whole situation to our advantage. Get them to listen to matters they would normally refuse to hear. For now, nothing. Relax, have a drink. Enjoy all the pleasantries that Roxanne and her fine establishment have to offer. But when I need you, I expect you to be ready and willing to get the job done. Oh, what are those two doing here? Damn it! You two always show up and ruin my fun.
Oh, I have not even begun to ruin your fun, my king. But let's leave the pleasantries for later. We have an urgent situation to report.
I can never tell when you're joking. Fine. What's so important?
The Trinimac Temple has been attacked, my beloved. Malakath devotees have barricaded the doors and taken the priests as hostages.
These fanatics dare to attack my city? My people? I'll deal with them personally.
You will do no such thing, my son. After what happened in the throne room, this is undoubtedly a trap.
I won't sit by while they attack my city!
This problem requires a personal solution, and I have a perfect idea. Outsider, let us talk. My son's bravery borders on stupidity. He would run off and stumble blindly into their trap without the slightest regard for his safety. We must not allow that to happen. Oh, child, I always have a better idea. My son's rage makes it difficult for him to see clearly. His instinct is to charge every problem straight on and beat it into submission. His enemies know this and often use it against him. Bosrog and the other clan chiefs know King Kurog all too well. They expect him to attack and kill the heretics, just as the heretics will kill the hostages. Innocent lives will be lost and blame will fall squarely on Kurog's shoulders. You are an outsider with connections to Orsinium that are tenuous at best. Enter the temple and rescue our people. If you succeed, you save innocent lives at the king's request. If you fail, well, at least the king won't be blamed.
Everyone, clear the streets and go home.
protect me.
Let the king's soldiers deal with this. Back away, citizen. We have enough to deal with as it is. My soldiers can't do their job with all you civilians getting underfoot. Just because you carry a weapon doesn't mean you know how to use it. And as you can see, I already have more amateur warriors volunteering to help than I can handle. Why don't you just stand back and leave this to the professionals? By the king's arse, you're annoying. I should toss you in a cell, but I'm a little busy at the moment. All right, listen. A group approached the temple. I didn't think anything of it until they drew their weapons and rushed inside. Look, I just got back from a tour in Daggerfall, and I'm still trying to figure this city out. It's a damn maze! I heard there might be a way back in, but the soldiers I sent to look for it haven't reported in yet.
Hey, hero! Over here! The king sent you here to rescue the hostages, didn't he? Of course he did. That's why they recruited heroes after all, am I right? Listen, I have a plan. It's brilliant. Wanna hear it? See those hawkers behind me? Don't look. Anyway, they've been acting suspiciously. Standing around, making shifty eyes, showing odd hand gestures to passers-by. I've read enough Investigator Vale books to recognize criminal behavior when I see it. You never read Investigator Vale? The book's about the brilliant scholar who travels the world and solves crimes. She doesn't use magic or weapons. Just her charm and her wits and... Look, I'll lend you a copy later, but we need to focus here. Isn't it obvious? Look at their evil demeanor, their villainous whispering. I bet if we rattle them, they'll run off and lead us right to the hostages. Watch. I'll just let loose an arrow. That should put the fear of Ifray into the survivor. Really? I mean, yes! I knew I liked you for a reason. Once the other one starts to run, don't let him out of your sight. He should lead you right to the hostages. On my mark. Stop, you! Thief! And there goes the other one. Get him!
Hey, I was walking here. Run into me again and I'll knock your teeth out.
Watch where you're going, you idiot!
I
A
have a
fascinating
good mind to throw a
application of the
lightning bolt
technique.
at you. Defend the temple!
Thank Trinamak you're here. Someone has to save my fellow priests inside the temple.
Defend the temple!
Please, I need your help. The priests inside the temple are at the mercy of these fanatics. Please, I think they want to kill my brothers and sisters in Trinamak. Malakath fanatics. They burst into the temple and began rounding up my fellow priests. They spat at us and shouted that we were betraying our race. They said that Chief Bazrag sent them to punish us for opposing the true god of the orcs. My fellow priests were still alive when I slipped out of the temple. But the tension in the air, I'm afraid violence is inevitable. They set up patrols inside the temple, watching for Kurag and his soldiers. If one of them spots you in there, they're holding the priests captive in the rectory. If one of the torchbearers spots you and reaches the rectory, you won't be able to save them. Avoid the torchbearers at all costs, or at least strike them down before they can sound a warning. Take this key. It will unlock the temple's rear entrance. Once inside, You'll need to find the key to the rectory, where they're holding my fellow priests. The fanatic who gives the orders, their commander, he probably has the key to the rectory. May the luck of Trinamac be with you. I'll inform the guards and try to send more help your way.
Lock the priests in the rectory. As soon as Kurog arrives, we kill them all. How did you get in here? No matter. You'll be dead in a minute.
Chief Basrag said to leave one of you alive to tell Kurog what happened here.
Please, there's no need for this. Kurog's people have arrived. Just leave us alone. Kill them all!
Spread out!
Thank you for helping us. I thought they were going to kill us.
All is not well.
I don't know how to thank you. These fanatics, they beat us, threatened us. They told us they were going to kill us as soon as the king or his soldiers showed up. But you got in without alerting them. You saved us. The others, though. High Priestess Solgra and our brothers and sisters in Trinamac. The fanatics gathered us up and forced us in here. But Solgra, she isn't one to put up with such nonsense. She put a blade into one of them and ran into the back to help the others. I have the key. I'll open the door for you. Find the others, please. I don't know what Solgra planned to do, but she had that look in her eyes when the fanatics started hurting our people. Solgra and the others should be somewhere through this door. I'll find a way to open the main temple doors and let the soldiers in. Good luck. Get her! Don't let her escape!
I'll die before I let you hurt the others.
You killed one of mine. Orders be damned! You're going to die for that, priestess!
One? I plan to kill a dozen more if you don't leave my temple now.
Thank you for that. I thought I could handle them, but the odds got a little overwhelming. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine once I catch my breath. Just got the wind knocked out of me a little, that's all. Not exactly. They claimed to be devoted followers of Malakath, and said they were working for Chief Basrag. They caught us by surprise, threatened us. Did you run into Ugus? How are he and the others faring? Well, that puts my mind at ease. I hated leaving them, but the others back here needed help too. But I'm still not completely certain what the attackers hoped to accomplish. Why take us hostage? Why not simply kill us and be done with it? Spill the blood of innocents and blame the king for their deaths, for not being able to protect his people. What a fiendish scheme. But the king sent you in his stead. Very astute on his part. That decision may have saved many lives. We were supposed to assume they were Malakath devotees, but they didn't seem particularly religious to me. Even I don't believe Malakath would sanction a slaughter such as this. They mentioned Chief Bazrug, though. Said he gave them their orders. I've always found the chief to be noble, but it doesn't take a lot to change a person. His forts ravaged, his traditions threatened. I can see how such things could lead to this. The king and the Forge Mother must be told what happened here.
This is the last of them! Let's finish these bastards off! Move! Now!
I'm glad to see you and the priest alive. I believe things may have played out very differently if you hadn't agreed to my plan. But what of the High Priestess? Is Solgra all right? That is good news indeed. I will make sure that a military contingent protects this temple going forward. It will not be left undefended again. Increased patrols around the perimeter, soldiers assigned to guard the inside of the temple. The priests will not have to live in fear of another attack, not so long as my son is king. I assume you know who claimed responsibility for this? Bosrog has never agreed with Kurog. He made threats in the throne room, as I'm sure you heard. Besides, his boldness and devotion to Malakath are legendary. It appears Bosrog wishes to challenge our king. My son needs to solidify his hold on the clans. All of the chiefs must accept Kurog as their king for the betterment of the Orsimer people. If we gain support of the clans, we can stop Bosrog without inciting an all-out war. You have done much already. Many lives were in danger, yet somehow you managed to make sure none were lost. Please, take this, for being so careful with my people and keeping their safety in mind. We will find you again when the king needs you. Solgra, my child, come join us. Are you injured? Should I call a healer?
Thanks to our friend, I am well and ready to serve.
Yes, our call for assistance has already proven to be a more than worthwhile endeavor.
Thank you again for saving the temple priests. I don't even want to imagine how things might have turned out without your intervention. I look forward to talking to you again under better circumstances.